The Iowa Food Bank Association's mission is to support the food banks serving Iowans across the state and their affiliate partners. Basically, we work to end hunger in Iowa. The pandemic, when it hit, we had a variety of things happening. The food supply chain was being cut off because of industries not being able to work. We had deliveries not showing up. At the time of the pandemic, food insecurity did exist in Iowa. It was about 305,000 people across the state that had food insecurity and experienced food insecurity in their life. And at the peak of the pandemic, it was over 480,000 people. It was a humbling and gratifying year, a very tiring year, but it forged relationships that we see as integral in the work that we do, because we cannot continue to feed people if we don't have our agricultural community a part of it. Talking to so many of the pork producers, the cattle, the beef industry, the Turkey Federation members, and seeing what they were experiencing was heart-wrenching. But even in their most difficult times during the pandemic, they reached out and tried to make it work for people who didn't have food.
Last year with the pandemic, we reached a record distribution for this food bank, providing over 10 million pounds of food, which equated to about 8.4 million meals. We had to ensure that we had safety protocols in place. We had to ensure that we're able to make food boxes, and we had to make sure that we could access food. Those are probably three of the things that were really difficult to navigate the waters of because supply chain shut down. Having the ability to access the pork, the turkey, and the beef really ensured that the clients that we serve through our network were able to access those protein items.
This past year, the food banks across the state of Iowa distributed over 50 million meals to hungry Iowans. We took pathways that were chains that were broken in the food supply chain, and we diverted them to feed the hungry. And we couldn't have done that had we not had the support of the Feeding Iowans Task Force, the agricultural community. So it was integral in the work that we did, because nobody should go hungry in the state of Iowa.